Hello students, Standard 7th. In the last session, we completed chapter number 7, the 6, the triangle and its properties. Now, I don't want to start a new chapter now, because after few days there will be holidays for the Diwali, and then I have to repeat that new chapter. So rather I will start the new chapter after your holidays. So let us do some blanks and MCQs which are related to this chapter, so that there can be revision also, because this chapter is little different than others. You have to remember lots of things, so it can be the revision also. And so let us start with the blanks. Fill in the blanks. So now the properties and whatever we learn, that should be in your mind, so that you can easily write down the answers here. First blank. A simple closed curve made up of 3 line segments is called blank. So we know that simple closed curve and only have 3 sides, 3 line segments. What do you call it? Obviously triangle. So we call triangle. So your answer is triangle. Next, a triangle has dash angles. How many angles does a triangle have? Obviously tri means 3. So there are 3 angles. A triangle has blank sides. How many sides does it have? That is also very simple answer. There are 3 sides, because we know the triangle, how does it look. Next, a triangle has dash parts or the components. I explained you in the beginning of this chapter that a triangle has 6 parts. Which are the 6 parts? 3 sides and 3 angles. Vertices are not counted as its parts or the components. So the 3 plus 3 will give you answer 6. So there are 6 total parts of a triangle. Next, blank is the line segment joining the vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite, the side opposite to it. Now, we learn that when there is a triangle, this is the vertex and that is the midpoint. So when you join the midpoint, what does we call that line segment? Obviously we already explained about it, that is median. So answer is median. Median is the line segment who is joining the any vertex to the midpoint of its side opposite to it. Similarly, we can have another also, like if you take the midpoint here, all are the three medians of the triangle. So you have to remember that when there is a midpoint, it is the median of the triangle. Let's do the next one, sixth. The perpendicular line segment from the vertex of a triangle to its opposite side is called A or N, dash of the triangle. So here, why they write two articles together, A and N? Because there can be confusion. Because we learn about two things in this chapter. Which are the two things? The median and altitude. We see that here I show you that was the median. But in the same triangle, if you draw exactly 90 degree, then it is the altitude. So there is a difference between altitude and median. So you must know about it. Otherwise, here if you write down a median, therefore to make you confused, they write down two articles. So if the median is there, A median. If it is altitude, N altitude. So your answer is altitude. This is the altitude and that is the median. So that two things must be in your mind. So your answer is altitude. You must have the difference. What is the theory of the median and the altitude? Seventh blank. The sum of the measures of the three angles of a triangle is blank. So we know the angle sum property of a triangle, that in a triangle sum of all the three angles, sum of the measure of all the three angles becomes 180 degree. So answer is 180 degree. Eighth one. The exterior angle of a triangle, the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two blanks. Now we learn about exterior angle property. What is the exterior angle property? Recall in memory that the measure of exterior angle of a triangle is equal to sum of its two interior opposite angles, or you can say remote interior also. So you can write down two interior opposite angles. If you forgot, you know that this is the exterior angle and those two are the interior opposite angles. So measure of that exterior angle can be obtained by adding those two interior opposite angles. So if the property is in your mind, easily we can write down the answer. 9. If all the blank of the triangle are equal, comma, all its angles are also equal. All its angles are also equal. So obviously the answer is very simple. Sides are equal, then angles are equal. We already wrote down that also. So your answer is all the sides of the triangle are equal, then all its angles are also equal. Blank number 10. An equiangular triangle is also A or N blank triangle. Now first of all you have to remember or understand equiangular. We know equilateral. Equilateral means having three sides equal. Equiangular means three angles are equal. So if all the three angles are equal, then the three sides also will be equal. And if three sides are equal, what do we call that triangle? It is equilateral. So when it is equiangular, it is also an equilateral triangle. So if you remember the definitions and the properties of the triangles, you can write down this answer. So now the 13th, 11th, in a or N blank triangle, the angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. So now we know that in which triangle the two angles of their opposite sides are equal. So if two sides are equal, what is it called? It is an isosceles triangle. So answer is isosceles triangle. 12th blank. A triangle, one of whose angle measures blank is called a right angle triangle. Blank is called a right angled triangle. So now we know that a triangle having one angle should be measured which one? 90 degree. And it is right angle triangle. So answer is measures 90 degree. 13th, the blank is the greatest side of the right angled triangle. We already learned about it that in a right triangle, in a right angled triangle, this is the longest side and it is known as hypotenuse. So your answer is the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is the longest side of the right angle triangle. Blank number 14th. In right angled triangle, blank is the side blank is the side opposite to the right angle. It is just to make you confused, same thing it is there. The side opposite to right angle, what is it called? Obviously, it is called hypotenuse. So, hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. The sum of any two sides of a triangle is dash than the third side is blank than the third side. So we learn about that properties also, that when we add the measure of two sides, then it is always more than or greater than. So we can write down more than the third side. So here we did some of the blanks here, so that you can have some revision for this chapter. Will be followed by the PDF, and any confusion there is comment section for you. Thank you very much.